A big change is coming towards the U.S. and Canada as this Arctic blast spills down into the U.S., building multiple snowstorms, chances for major snow, even a lot of lake effect snow. But this is also bringing severe weather, chances for tornadoes, damage and winds, and more. Plus these temperatures, a lot of people are going to be in their highs still in frozen temperatures. And with the wind chills, it's going to feel like teen temperatures. So if you're in the higher elevations, especially over here in Appalachians like North Carolina, pay attention to this forecast because it's going to get very cold for people that's in higher altitudes when this cold blast comes through. Plus when the snowstorms build up, there's multiple snowstorms. From what I can see, we have 3. One of them is hitting over here by California right now. And this is still bringing your tornado threat for today. Now right now you are getting a lot of storms. You're even getting a lot of winds down trees. And that's just from gusts of 27 miles per hour. That is it. And other ones, a pine tree that down is blocking a northbound lane. So there's a lot of problems already, and we didn't even get to the strong winds yet from the system. Plus, as this system comes by for Friday, that's where this cold blast is coming down. And this is where it's bringing your severe weather, chances for damage and winds for the Tennessee, Kentucky Valley, going through Ohio Valley, but also bring chances for tornadoes, maybe some supercells that could form. So I'm going to show you the latest information, what the weather is about to do right around the corner, and starting with today in California. Matter of fact, that wind threat that I showed you the last couple of days is showing true. Now we have warnings out from National Weather Service for high wind watch and high wind warning, especially in the dark brown areas. And remember, we're getting hit with 2 systems today. One on the west coast now, later this evening towards the northeast. And it's still going to be technically a nor'easter, getting the winds from the northeast, but it's not bringing a lot of snow, but still getting some snow for northern half of Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine, upstate New York. Before today, with those storms coming through that you see for this morning for California, will build up for this afternoon as we get the banding, bringing chances for the damage and winds, and bringing chances for the supercells to come across as it comes across for this evening. Showing for Oregon and some of Washington that gets stronger as you go through the evening, as you keep getting the banding coming through. But the storm that's coming through for today across the northeast, this is bringing chances for damage and winds with it as well. And you can see as it comes across for 7, 8 o'clock, this is an evening storm. And as you go later in the evening, it pivots towards New England, bringing you the chances for that heavy snow for upstate New York, Vermont, New Hampshire, and Maine. The winds coming through for today and then tonight across the northeast. Both systems bringing a lot of powerful winds. Showing already happening this morning. Then as you go through today for the west coast, this is bringing 40 and 50 miles per hour wind gusts, 50 in the orange. And you even get in pockets of 60 and 70 right there in the higher elevations, even showing chances of 80. It's showing 90, but you always downgrade it just a little bit. But showing some high winds for the high altitudes of Northern California. Be aware of that. Then as you go from 4 and 5 o'clock this evening, this is bringing damage and winds not only across Canada, also into western New York, Pennsylvania, some of northeastern Ohio. As you go through 7, 8, 9, 10 o'clock tonight, it starts reaching New Jersey, all through New York, going towards Long Island, Connecticut, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Vermont, New Hampshire, and Maine, all the way till tomorrow morning. Showing that the 60 miles per hour wind gusts will be right offshore. That low pressure building right along the coast is showing a little bit further away. But with the winds like this, both sides of the country could expect some power outages to come out of this. But with the threat for today for the tornadoes, I'm showing it's still the same information as yesterday. So here's your cities and states at risk for a chance for a tornado for today. You only have Oregon, but you also have Northern California along the coast. Now there is that wind threat as well. So here's your cities and states at risk for the damage and winds for today. And please pay attention in the northeast because those winds are strong for you also. Now when this cold blast comes down, it's going to bend our jet stream and create multiple storms. Look at this. We have 3 storms. So we have the one storm that's hitting over here across the west coast for today. And then we have that storm hitting towards the northeast. I'm not really counting these as part of the 3. So look at this. So we have our storm system that's building up for Thursday into Friday. This is going to affect over here towards the Tennessee, Kentucky Valley, and maybe some supercells that could get pulled up from the Gulf. We get a lot of moisture through Alabama as well. Then as we go through for Saturday, look, we get another shortwave trough right above this system. Now this shortwave trough that is building over here into Canada is going to help intensify this trough and this storm system. That's why we're getting severe weather in the first place from the storm. But then you see this third one over here that's building across the Midwest and North Central as we go Saturday into Sunday. So Saturday into Sunday across the Great Lakes, Ohio Valley, and out through the interior Northeast as you go through for Sunday. then that cold blast is going to go real deep. It's going even deeper in the latest projections, showing that it is going to reach all the way down towards southern Florida. But then still, right after this, like I showed you last time, we're going to get that zonal flow again, and we're going to go right back into another warm-up. Very weird pattern. And you can see with the atmosphere as we go into Friday, as that trough of cold air starts coming through, you can see it right here, starting to get a little bit of convection built with that. And as it pulls north with precipitation and the warm temperatures in the south, this is going to create our severe weather as we go through for Friday. So it's going to build all the way for the Tennessee, Kentucky Valley, stretch all the way towards the south potentially with some supercells. We will see. I'll show you the latest information. Now you can see this here. So as you look in for Thursday evening, it starts bringing some moisture, chances for some mixed precipitation, and some people might see a little bit of snow as well. But as we go through for Friday, where it really pulls up the moisture, then you're going to see the severe storms building up for Tennessee, Kentucky, Ohio, going towards West Virginia, and it could even be more severe with some discrete supercells down here in the south as you go through for Friday. Now, as you look for Saturday, when the other storm system comes in, potentially bringing that snow again. We have multiple storms coming through. You don't have a lot of precipitation to the north, so if it is any snow, it's not going to be a lot of snow. I think it's going to be more lake effect snow as it pulls down all that cold air. This is your precipitable water. You can see how there's no moisture in that atmosphere right there. That cold air is going to punch all the way down. Look at this. All the way down to the Florida Keys is going to feel this punch. So Florida, I know y'all probably like, we usually don't get it. You're going to get this one. So let's go through who is at risk for the severe weather for Friday. So you can see you do have that 5%. You also have that slight risk going here for Tennessee and Kentucky, going through the northern half of Mississippi and Alabama. I think that slight risk could be dragged a little bit further south. And I think it's chances for tornadoes. I think it's some supercells that could form right in front of this cold blast coming through. So far, here's your cities and states at risk for the severe weather event on Friday. So now I'm going to walk you through this weather pattern. Look what we have for today going overnight into tomorrow with those storms coming along the west, just like I showed you. Then we get a shortwave trough that brings a little bit of precipitation, some thunderstorms maybe for Illinois and Indiana. This is not going to be severe. It's just regular thunderstorms. That's that little bit of moisture I showed you. But as that goes through for Friday evening, this is where it pulls up potentially some supercells over here for Alabama, going through Georgia a little bit, while you get this front coming through, bringing the chances for the damage and winds, and maybe even some hail coming out of that. And you can't rule out maybe a sleeper cell in that line of storms also. So 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 9 o'clock, the storms are still there going towards West Virginia into Maryland and southern Pennsylvania. And as you go towards midnight and overnight hours, then you have that next storm system coming through, bringing our potential snow. So this is early on Saturday as it goes through for Montana and Dakotas, also for Iowa and Minnesota, bringing chances for snow and mixed precipitation and some rainfall. Now you notice as you go through for Saturday evening, this is where it could bring more snow than we can see here with the Euro. GFS is still picking up on a little bit more as it goes through for Saturday. And going overnight Saturday into Sunday across Indiana, Michigan, Ohio, then the interior northeast, bringing more storms right along the coast where we could see another day of severe weather while they get in this big snowstorm, especially for Canada. Now that's when the cold blast is going to punch down, and going Monday into Tuesday is where we're going to have our high temperatures frozen, everybody, in a lot of areas. Also with the wind chills, it's going to be really brutal. And the chances for snow is dramatically going up because it's all about timing with this cold blast. Showing in the latest runs that you're definitely going to get that lake effect snow that's going to build up as you come through for Sunday, Monday, into Tuesday. So showing you still could get some isolated 1 or 2 inches for Minnesota, maybe Iowa, Dakotas, going through Illinois and Wisconsin. But over here for the Great Lakes and going across the Ohio Valley, this is a big deal right here. This is going to bring potentially 8 to 9 inches of heavy snow across Ohio Valley, going out through the northeast as well, the interior northeast, and maybe some major snow. And you can see it's for Canada as well. Canada is getting feet of snow, everybody. Look at this. So as you go from Ontario, getting those 3 to 5, 5 to 8, into Quebec, they're getting over a foot of snow. And when you look at the trends, you can see with the Canadian, because this Canadian saw this with the Euro yesterday, agrees that this is going to bring a lot of lake effect snow. You can even see with GFS, it's agreeing to lake effect snow, and it's come down a little bit on the snow that's coming with that cold front. Still, you might see a couple of inches more than what's being forecasted by the Euro. Now let's go through some warnings that we also have. From the 7th, from this Friday, all the way till the 11th, chances for frost or freeze in all of this pink area. So if you're in this pink as this front comes through, you're going to get a chance for frost or freeze. So please pay attention if you have animals or if you have plants that you need to watch out for. A frost or freeze is coming, and this right here is going to be very cold. Your highs, even some people are still going to be frozen for the highs, but the wind chills are just going to be really unbearable as well. Matter of fact, we even go all the way towards the 12th for hazardous temperatures, and you can see all the way for the slight risk going all the way towards the northeast. This is where that cold blast is moving towards the east. Remember this, but moderate level risk over here for Alabama, Georgia, Florida, and the Carolinas, and going into Florida, not barely hitting Florida. Florida, you are definitely going to feel this cold blast. So just like every day, let's go through these temperatures again, because I'm showing they're getting stronger and stronger. These storms are going to be stronger and stronger. We're going to have a weaker system come through, then a stronger system, and then that next strong system. So we have multiple systems. I think about 3 of them coming. So look at this. As you go through for Saturday into Saturday morning, it really goes all the way down towards Texas and the south. Now with the purple is all the way towards 20 degrees or more below average temperatures. All this green is going 10 to 15, and all this blue is going anywhere from 5 to 10. Now look at this. As we go through the evening, this is 3 o'clock, this is 6 o'clock, and 9 o'clock. You've been in below average temperatures all evening for your highs. And as we go overnight for Sunday, look how it stretches further into the Gulf, into Monday, all the way towards 3 o'clock in the afternoon. This cold blast is going to continuously punch through the day. And for your highs for Monday, still showing a big freeze is coming. Look at this. This is a lot stronger than yesterday. All this purple, all this is the highest so far is showing 37 degrees below average temperatures. So please pay attention if you are in the higher elevations over here in Appalachians. Pay attention to this cold blast, because the wind chills as well. Everything's just going to be really unbearable. This is coming in through the morning for Monday, through the evening for Monday, overnight for Tuesday, going all the way down Florida. Look at this. Chances for almost 30 degrees below average temperatures is reaching all the way towards southern Florida and the Florida Keys. This is going to be a very cold blast, and it's getting colder. Look at that. So let's go through this. And I've been doing this every day, so forgive me if I move too fast. So Saturday morning, this is the temperatures you're going to feel. In the blue, it's the 20s. It's the freezing temperatures moving through. Also with the wind chills, remember the wind chills is going to be the worst factor of this cold front. So this is Saturday morning. You can see it in Canada. Feeling like single digits and teen temperatures in Canada. That's going to spill in as well. As we go through for our highs for Saturday, it's still going to be warm along the south. Remember, as you go through Monday and Tuesday, this is where your highs are really going to get bad in the south. But for everyone else, you can see the freezing temperatures moving through. You can see the wind chills moving through for your highs. This is what you're going to feel like for your highs for Saturday across the north. As it comes through for Sunday, now you get the freezing temperatures moving through, so be aware if you're in any of this blue. And the wind chills are just unbearable. It's getting stronger and stronger. Those teen temperature and single digit wind chills are spilling through into the lower 48. Now for your highs for Sunday, you see it warms back up again across the south. This is going to be the last time until Wednesday. And you can see you stay in frozen temperatures across the north. And with your wind chills, you're going to feel like these temperatures for your highs. Also for Canada. For Monday, it comes down with those frozen temperatures again. This is where it's really cold for the south. Look at everybody waking up with the freezing temperatures and the wind chills for Monday morning. A lot of people feel like they're in the 20s or the teen temperatures. Now, compare that to GFS. GFS takes it where it goes even further, all the way down here to where you're feeling like frozen temperatures for Monday morning across Texas, all across the south and the southeast. And for your highs for Monday, all across the southeast, you're going to stay in the 40s, while a lot of people are still going to be in frozen temperatures, especially the higher elevations. Please pay attention. And your wind chills. This is going to be your high feels like temperatures as you go through for Monday. And Tuesday comes down again. This is where it pivots towards Florida really strong. Now you're getting the frozen temperatures reaching all the way down. And with the wind chills, look at this. Southern Florida going to feel like you're in the high 30s, maybe 40 degrees. It's going to be a very cold Monday and Tuesday across the south. Plus the whole eastern U.S. feeling like teen temperatures, maybe low 20s as you go through for Tuesday morning. Comparing that to GFS, almost the same scenario. Now your highs for Tuesday, you see how it's going to retract back again, but still going to be in your 40s all the way into Florida and 50s all the way towards Louisiana for your highs, and still people in frozen temperatures. And your wind chills, a lot of people still going to feel like they're in their 20s for the highs for Tuesday. Now, Wednesday, it comes down again. Very cold temperatures. This is where it pivots towards the east. This is on the 12th. This is what your warning is about. Also, with your wind chills, you can see the big old wind chill difference that's going to be hitting from Monday, Tuesday, and now this is Wednesday morning. And here we are back here again, and now it's picking up even more for Northern California. Now we're starting to get some more wind problems in Northern California, showing that trees are blocking lanes. Another road blocked, and it's just a 28 miles per hour wind gust that hit. This one is 33. Trees and power lines down. Now remember, these winds are going to pick up stronger and stronger as your day goes along. Then you're going to get that tornado threat that's going to spill over into Oregon as well. So please be aware, this is going to bring power outages. Later this evening, this is going to affect y'all towards the northeast as you get strong winds also, so please be aware it's already getting powerful for everybody. But that is your latest weather forecast of what is going right around the corner with the weather. So if this helps you in any way, please think of other nice people just like yourself. Hit that share button down below. Hit that hype or like button. Help this go out to other people. Thank you for your help. I really appreciate it. And the best way I could say it is sharing is caring, but the best way to say it is words from our Father, Galatians 6:2. Bear ye one another's burdens, and so fulfill the law of Christ, everyone. You should always have empathy towards others, just like helping that person on the road that no one else has stopped to help. You got to be aware of these times. The world is trying to make you insensitive to those things where it don't affect you. Be aware of your surroundings, care about others, and carry others' burdens. Be that brother and sister. Thank you again for your time. Hope you have a very blessed day. And please watch out for these temperatures and these possible snowstorms that's coming across. So tell me, are you ready for the snow and these cold temperatures? Remember, it's going to warm up right afterwards. I will keep you updated on that as well. All glory does go to God, our Father in heaven, Yahweh. And I always hope he keeps you safe every single day of your life and forever. Amen. Hallelujah. Amen. Have a great day, everyone. Be careful and watch out for those power outages.